Henry, what do you recommend as a mattress cover? Because we didn't put that on here.
Yes, a mattress protector is 100% cotton, nothing synthetic, nothing waterproof. The waterproof has one disclaimer. If you have someone with you that is going to leak, i.e. someone early in life or late in life, use a mattress protector that is waterproof. Right now I'm suffering with one because I have a 4-year-old that sneaks in and I don't want to get upset with him.
Right.
But breathable is the key.
Yes.
If you're saying waterproof that holds all the sweat right up against your body, it's got to be hot.
Right.
100% cotton.
Right.
We of course sell one, but nothing synthetic.
Right. So why a mattress protector? A number of cleanliness, protecting your mattress, goodness gracious, you spill something, but it just protects this gorgeous mattress you have.
It gets all the oils out of your sweat.
Yes.
The mattress.
Yes.
You can wash that.
Yes, and you can wash that. For people who may have allergy issues, there are times, I mean, I don't know about bed bugs with the quality of these mattresses, and they're not that common, but from an allergy perspective, there could be a reason also that you had a special mattress cover.
There are always outliers.
Yeah, so there are always outliers. So I feel, who here sleeps with a duvet? Who sleeps with blankets? Who uses a top sheet? Who doesn't use a top sheet? Okay, so I'm going to talk about, ironically, of all people, so I feel pretty strongly about a top sheet, and I'll tell you why. One thing I want to mention, and people forget this, thank you. People, let me make sure I have the right side. You know, if your child has, you know, some sheets that have some wonderful pattern on them, people make the mistake, do we have the right side? You want to put the pretty side down. You want to put the right side. So you should be able to tell the tag. I have a feeling we have this upside down. So you want to put the pretty side, or the side that's supposed to be on the top, down. How can you tell? The tag should be up. Why? Because you're going to be folding the top of it over the duvet.
That's what I do. I didn't know that was a trick.
Yes, it is. Now, why do I feel strongly about a top sheet? I don't know about you, but changing my duvet cover every time I change my sheets would be a pain in the you-know-where. So by having my duvet cover, by having a top sheet, I'm not changing the duvet cover, and I don't have to wash it or the blanket as often. So one of the things I want to suggest also, especially if you're doing it alone, because this is a king, you want to find the middle. And I can tell by where it's folded. So you get the middle, and you leave enough at the top so you can fold it over, and you leave enough at the bottom so you can tuck it in. And I really could pull this up a little bit more because I have plenty. And notice I have a fitted sheet on the bottom. Why make your bed beautifully? It shows respect for your sleep. And by the way, this lovely little book here. So you know how Amazon shows you books that you might like? So one day I see this a couple of years ago. And I'm like, who wrote this book? Well, Admiral William T. McRaven, who is a 4-star admiral, 30-some-odd-year Navy SEAL, wrote this book. And it's the 10 principles of being a Navy SEAL. And the first principle is...
I knew it. I just said it.
Why? Why is it the number one thing? It's a task completed. It starts your day off with a specific task you've done. You don't know what's ahead, especially, and I actually consult to the U.S. Army, so I do a lot of work with the Army, and it's a humbling and extraordinary thing to help soldiers sleep better. But making your bed and dropping a quarter on it for them really is the case. And when you go to bed at night, no matter how good or bad your day is, you go to this beautiful bed that you made, that you honor, and it separates day from night, and you go into it, and you just feel good. So I think making your bed is really important. Yes?
Especially after you showered. It's the best feeling.
It is so now, you don't want a really hot shower 10 minutes before bed because then your body temperature's too high. But a nice shower, you get into, why would you want to walk around the city or wherever you are all day, even if you exercised and you worked out and you showered, you want to get in bed clean. So the next thing is your duvet or your blanket. And, oh, that's why that was so heavy. So you know how at the bottom all the buttons, let's see if I can find where that is on this beautiful duvet. Oh, here it is. So there's the bottom. Yes, see? That's where, yeah, thank you for that. Yes, they are. So you get that up about here. And again, I'm going to sort of go like this so I can measure and get my center. And for putting the duvet in there, they do have those little clips. I don't use them, but you may want to. But there is an art to this. And I cannot believe how people get, oh my God, you've changed my life. The morning is so much easier. So now it's about even. Now I'm going to take the top sheet. Remember what I said about not touching the duvet? So you don't have to change it as much? By the way, I would never wear my street clothes on my bed. I mean, and you know, I have a house rule, you take your shoes off when you come in. You know, I do yoga on my floor every morning. I don't want my street shoes on. So, you know, in your bedroom, it's starting to really honor it. Now, you tuck in the end, and you start at the middle, because this is heavy. And you get it all the way under. And this is why I call it bed origami, because if I could lift this, I would show you that it looks like I'm folding paper to make an envelope. So now, hospital corners? Because they didn't have fitted sheets in hospitals, and that was part of the reason they became called hospitals. So about a third of the way up, I tuck this in, and if you looked under it, it would be like an envelope, like folding an envelope. It looked really sort of perfect. Who here likes to tuck in their sides? Anybody? If you do, you start at one end and go down. The bottom and go down. And you can pull that a little bit. And then, well, that side's tucked in. Would you do a hospital corner? So, because that's a trick. So about a third of the way up, fold it all the way in. And now, here's your bed. And just a little thing about a pillow. You want your pillow to be in alignment with your body position for sleeping. If you're a back sleeper and you have a really thick pillow, you're going to be like this.
Can you imagine walking around all day like this and not, so think about your body being like that for an hour or 2 hours if you've fallen asleep, what that does to your neck and shoulders.
Right.
So people go to chiropractors, massage therapists to undo what you just did in bed all night.
Right.
So take that cost on a weekly basis.
Right.
And think about what it does.
Now you're a side sleeper, and your pillows are your 30-year-old mushy favorite pillow. Somebody once told me, I love my pillow, I've had it for 30 years. Or it's too thick and you're like this. You want that alignment of your neck and your shoulders. Now I tend to start on my back in Savasana, which by the way is a great position, certainly to start because total circulation, there's no infringement. And my arm goes under my pillow sometimes, and I have a sort of a heavyish gel pillow, and it could fall asleep. So I'm very conscious of not putting my arm under my pillow.
What are your thoughts on feather, like down?
Down is wonderful if you like it. I just found a down pillow I forgot I had, and it's up to you. It's you know.
Depends on the down and the fill.
Yeah.
So down pillows come in so many different tensions.
Yes.
Just like mattresses.
Yes.
Right? Intention's the wrong word. Fill or
Yes.
or support. Support's the best word.
Right.
So depending if, like she's saying, if you're a back sleeper, side sleeper, stomach sleeper, the pillow should be adjusted to the bed that you're in and the way you sleep.
100%.
So you have to look at it both ways.
And a pillow, again, you want the best pillow you can get. You know, a $10 pillow at Bed Bath & Beyond seriously. And a really important thing, as much as with a mattress, you want a pillow protector before you put your pillowcase on. You just,
And washing your face every night will make your pillow last about 25% longer.
yeah.
The oils and dirt and your sweat that get in the pillow.
But how could you, like, how can you go to bed without washing your face?
Well, Nancy, to you that seems normal, but some
Well,
people
we
grow
know
up
that,
and-
but I'm trying to
So
get
we're
people,
sharing the information
right.
for those that
So,
didn't
yes.
have a mom like you to say, wash your face before you go to bed.
yeah, or if you're showering. And but the thing about oils and lotion, of course your skin can get drier, but I think the cost of not going to bed clean is greater than getting a good body lotion and face lotion. So now you're in your bed and you're going to sleep. Now, I will tell you something. I sleep on my side. I am one who goes like this, not like this. But so do you see how I'm torquing my back? So in order for my back, I have put a pillow, and it's a pretty sturdy one, thick one, between like this. So I have one under my head and I have one here, because then my back isn't torquing. So you can look at sleep positions and get some information about that. So now I'm in bed, and again, if somebody's snoring, go by a mute, see if that helps. But I want to show you something about this. So let's just say, does anybody have a child who kicks up a storm? Or an adult who kicks a lot? But if you were to be in here and, like you're having the worst nightmare and you're just kicking all over and you get up in the morning and it's like your alarm goes off on your clock, not your phone. And you just like wake up and your bed's like all over the place. Anybody find everything all over the place in the morning in their bed? But the point is, the beauty of this is, you just go like this, and you can virtually make your bed while you're in it. Few people say, oh, I don't like it tucked in at the bottom. And I was surprised, very few people here like it tucked in on the sides. Boy, these are beautiful sheets. I'm telling you, to get beautiful sheets is such an important thing. Look at that. And then you get out. And it's like so easy to make your bed. And then your day starts. And you've made your bed. And when you get back into it at night, and maybe you have a cover over it, I actually do, it's at the foot of the bed. But I want to show you one other great thing, especially as the winter weather starts. So who likes an extra blanket sometimes to pull up? Here's a lovely little trick. So you've got an extra throw blanket, and let's say it's a little bit wider so everybody can use it. But you don't want it up, but you may be cold during the night, and nothing's more pain than have to look for your blanket to pull up in the middle of the night. So you may tuck it in at the end and pretend it's a little bit bigger for a king. And you tuck it in just a little bit, and then you accordion it. So, sorry, it sure is. So you accordion it, and then you're in bed, you're under the covers, and it's, you wake up, you don't know what time it is because you're not looking at the clock, or you realize you're cold. And it's right there. And then if,
I do have to add, being in the business for 15 years, you talk to a lot of customers. And I had the best conversation with a gentleman once. He and his wife were in here, and she kind of like went down there. And we were talking about how some people love this all tucked in, and how others, it's like makes them miserable.
yes.
Depends on how tall you are.
Yes.
Well,
That's not true.
that's interesting. It is true. Yeah. I think it's like
I'm short and I hate
It actually hurts my feet.
Yes. And I understand that.
so.
And that's okay if you don't want to tuck it in.
No, I know, but what's fascinating is He was miserable because his wife liked it tucked in. This guy had been married a long time, and I was like, like, you should tell her. Like, this is really important. Like, this is a third of your life, and you're miserable. He's like, I hate it. She wants me, like, trapped in there. And you can
Yeah,
tell, like,
and by the way,
the emotional thing that
wow.
So if you're ever with a partner, a boyfriend, girlfriend, like, if they don't like it tucked in, don't give them a hard time.
Yeah.
Let their
And you could have your
I was
side
so
tucked in.
surprised at this. I felt so
Yes.
emotionally terrible for this
Yes.
guy.
There's all kinds of sleeping stuff that goes on. I mean, it's a production, and one of the worst ones is snoring. I mean, it's like pushing, jabbing, and there are options for that, which is why I wrote my children's book, My Daddy Snores, for Scholastic Books. You know, and that's why it's like hundreds of thousands of copies, because snoring is a huge issue in homes everywhere, and it impacts you know, or you don't want to go on a trip with your friend or on a trip with your, you know, male, female, somebody snores, forget it. And think about the barracks for soldiers. If one soldier is snoring, you bet they take their bed, I don't care if it's freezing out, and put this cot outside.
Yeah.
So that's why we're working with all kinds of breathing things. And I have soldiers using the mute in Afghanistan. Or on helicopters and planes.
How better they are during the day if everybody's sleeping.
It's all about readiness. Yep. So, you know, these are big issues. But I will tell you, being here is an honor, because this is it. This is as good as it gets, these beds. And aspire to get the best bed you can. And to really start to honor your sleep and enjoy it, and take it as it's your body, your brain, your spirit. It's essential. It's not negotiable. And, you know, there's this jewel of a store here in Chicago that most people wouldn't think to come in to learn about why the mechanics of sleep, Hooke's Law, you know, these kinds of things, to understand why the third of our lives spent sleeping really matters. And if you think about this, over the next 10 years of your life, about 3 of them will be spent sleeping. That's a new perspective. And they're going to directly impact the other 7. So it's so great that you came. I hope, you know, we all hope you learned something and feel inspired, empowered. Because again, only you can sleep for you. And teach your kids. Look, if I had my druthers, you have a 2- and a 4-year-old, right? Yeah. If I had my druthers, kids, instead of just learning about robots and unicorns and all that stuff and the skeleton, they should be learning about sleep. It's fascinating.
It's important.
You know, I'll tell you the ultimate children's paradigm that is totally screwed up. If you're good, you get to stay up late. You are naughty, you're going to bed. It's totally should be reversed. You are so naughty that you're staying up.
So we make bedtime a little different. My 2-year-old gets excited now to go to bed. So she will say she's sleepy or she wants to go to her bed. So we made her bedroom a place that's really fun and exciting, and she gets to go there. So it's not a matter of, hey, we're sending you to bed. If you are in trouble, you actually have to spend the night with mommy and daddy. So we do the opposite. So when she wants, so we make going to bed a fun activity, and she actually gets excited to go to sleep. So she'll tell us when she's sleepy. She'll tell us when she's tired, and she makes the choice. She says, "Well, mommy, daddy, I need to have a great day tomorrow, so I need to go to bed."
You should bottle this.
Yeah, it's good work. But it didn't start off that way, and I will tell you, and this is going to sound crazy, it sounds like something that parents need to think about their children's mattress, because my daughter does sleep on a Heston's. She sleeps on a Heston's crib mattress, and I think it really has made a huge impact in the way that she sleeps, because we just came from a lake house visit in New Buffalo, and we stayed there for a night on a king-size bed that they had in this room, and it was so miserable. Not only did I not sleep well, my daughter, who was right next to me, didn't sleep well. And because everyone was fighting back and forth, trying to sleep throughout the night, it was like a tug of war of trying to see who was going to be able to actually fall asleep that night. So it was not fun. So sleeping with your kids or co-sleeping is a challenge in itself, kind of getting them out of your bedroom. It was a work in progress, but once you get a really good bed for your kid, you'll notice that they'll be excited to go to bed at the
I am so happy to hear that Hastings makes a crib mattress. I have been at this for a while with some of the pediatric sleep experts I know about why aren't we doing something. Their spine is forming, and the quality of crib mattresses for the most part is horrific. And I'm so excited to hear that because, I mean, I'd rather see a baby for the first 2-3 years have an incredible crib mattress than a 30-year-old, you know? I mean, talk about, yeah.
Well, I
so.
think, a lot of the sleep studies that are out there with children, most children don't get enough sleep.
Yeah.
And they've proven, even in school-age kids, that if you give them like that 9-10 hours on a Sunday, test them on Monday at school, then take 10 minutes away from them, Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, give them the same test on Friday, after you've deprived them of sleep throughout the week, their test score goes down by 30%.
Yeah. Yeah.
So sleep is connected to,
Huge.
your productivity, what you learn, your ability to focus.
Yeah.
So it's really, to all those like working parents out there, we say, because my pediatrician, Dr. Weissbluth, said this to us when my kids were little, it's not their fault you're choosing to work. So just because you're not getting home till 7 doesn't mean you keep them up later.
Right.
That's your choice. At that age, they should be in bed by 7.
Yep. Yep.
And sleep begets sleep. So it's very much do what's right for them, not for you. If you don't see them, that's your fault, not theirs.
Well said. Dr. Weissbluth is one of the leading sleep, pediatric sleep wizards. So, on the clinical side, versus research and all, but he's written a number of books. But we just, again, we were meant to sleep, and we've just made it so complicated. Our behaviors have changed, not our biology, and it will take hundreds of thousands of years for our biology to do what our behaviors are doing, and it's not happening. So that's why we're seeing so many ramifications in health, mental health, and physical health issues, is because this isn't sustainable. In fact, I actually own the sleepisgreen.com. Goes to my, because I see sleep as an ecological issue. And that the more anybody here recycle and is into the environment and everything, okay, we all are. But one of the things that's impacting our environment is lack of sleep. We use more resources. We tax our environment in ways that if we got more sleep, we wouldn't be awake to do it.
And traditional mattresses are landfill.
Scary stuff.
So when you look at all the hotels and everything that gets dumped, all those chemicals are going right into the ground.
I think we would all be nicer as a world if we got better sleep too.
Well,
You are
the
100%
chairman
right.
of the 5th generation of Heston's said if everybody slept better, there'd be more peace.
Yep, definitely. You can see it in your own life when you're grumpy, when you're overtired. But even more than just mentally knowing that you're overtired is it really puts a strain on your body to not be comfortable in your sleep. And I don't think most people realize that. We just get a mattress and take it for granted, and so it's all good. It's all possible. We just have to, make some decisions and choices that
I feel
and
like I'm in therapy. Don't you?
Yeah.
listen to your just
Choices here.
listen to your body. Your body talks to you. And as I said, your body's always present. It's our brain that's telling us all this other stuff.
Well, thank you, Nancy.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's been great.